Okay, this is mid-April in our garden in Martinez, Georgia. It is April 15th. You're currently looking at some tomatillo plants that Leslie started from seed in her classroom this year. And now they're growing quite well. There's even some blooms. As you can see, I'll try to get a close-up. Hopefully that will be turned into some salsa in a month or two. This year we went with a container garden mostly, with a drip irrigation system set to a timer, because we had problems with moles and rabbits and other things that came at night and ate all of our newly planted vegetables. So we decided to go with a container garden just to keep everything nice and safe and to make sure that we actually got some vegetables. On this other square you can see we have our larger tomatoes, a couple of varieties. I think we have Better Boy and some cherry tomato varieties, but they're doing pretty well. There's blooms, and I think you can see a green tomato right there in the center of the screen. She also has some basil planted below the tomatoes. On our next square, now there's the chickens over there in the shade, enjoying some shade. The next square she has pumpkins planted and also some peppers in the background there, which are all blooming. And the pumpkins actually sprouted themselves from seeds from our worm bin, and she didn't have the heart to pull them out, so they stayed, and I guess we're going to have some pumpkins this year. Next to me, our fourth square is mostly planted with, I think there's some onions down here. If you can see those, they don't seem to be growing too well, but we use a lot of green onions. Also is this, just some different types of flowers that she's planted, and you can also see the drip line that surrounds the garden. So that's about it. It's growing pretty well. Today's a sunny day, but this next week is supposed to be almost 3 or 4 days straight of rain, so that should be good for things. We also have our Confederate jasmine growing against the house, and it's in full bloom. And if you walk by it, you get a very nice fragrant jasmine scent. I have my cactuses below in pots. My sago palm that I planted like 4 years ago has got a new burst of leaves. It only gets a new set of leaves like every 2 or 3 years, so it's always interesting. They come up in like a week. It's pretty amazing. Our rose trellis this year, its bloom is about over, but there's still some roses you can see next to the door. It was very nice. It had probably 50 blooms on it at one point the last week or so. So that's really it. Pretty successful garden this year, and I hope you enjoyed this little video. I just got a new camera, so you can watch this in HD. I know it's exciting.